Welcome back to another edition of What's Next Longevity Deal Talk. This episode is made possible by GetSetUp, on a mission to help the over 55 population learn new skills, connect with others, and unlock new life experiences. Learn more at getsetup.io. I'm Fred Fishkin along with Mary Furlong. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Fred. Great to be here with you. Yesterday, I was judging the Stanford design competition for longevity, which was very exciting. And now we're getting ready for the Longevity Venture Summit, our 21st one coming up June 11th and 12th in the San Francisco. And we have some very important information to share about that event for everyone.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. First, though, we have a deal you'll want to hear about involving the great folks at GetSetUp. Joining us is President and co-founder Lawrence Kosick. Hi, Lawrence. Great to see you again.
Fred, Mary, wonderful to be here, as always.
Yes, Lawrence, as I was saying, you and your team have been very disruptive, and you are part of a strategic collaboration with states to enhance digital inclusion. And everyone was talking about that yesterday at the Stanford conference. And this is really a movement going on across the United States. So give us an overview of what this means.
So the latest news is really this recent grant program, which is it's come from the National Telecommunications Information Administration. So it's the NTIA, and that is really a subset of the Department of Commerce. And so they've announced a $1.4 billion digital equity capacity program, which is a very big number. And so the states have all applied for part of this very large grant, and the states can make this money available to any of their affiliated organizations that work on, promote, and encourage digital equity and inclusion, which is something that GetSetUp thinks a lot about. So what that really means for us and many others is that in each state, the departments that we work with, which is largely Health and Human Services, the Departments of Aging, the area agencies for aging, the AAAs, the libraries, and even state-related, healthcare organizations like Medicare, Medicaid, can apply for access for these funds. And we can help them do it because the different categories that this grant is meant for is for digital literacy, online safety, online access to health and wellness programs, economic development and job skills, and like device deployment and availability. And these are all things that we have a lot of programming and curriculum for. So we can help those state organizations and agencies apply for this, get access to it, to build on the great work that we're already doing and really expand things.
As you said, Lawrence, that 1.4 billion is a big number. So tell us what this could mean for you and your team there and how you will implement these partnerships.
So it's a very big grant, and in many ways it replaces or continues what the Affordable Connectivity Program, the ACP program, did such an interesting job addressing. And that program was recently sunset. I think it was in Q1 of this year. And so this very large grant that's now coming from the Department of Commerce and through the NTIA is going to be made available to every state that applies. So state of New York, state of Michigan, the many states that we work with can go and access this grant because they all have really interesting initiatives around digital equity and inclusion. And because we provide so much curriculum in sort of digital literacy, workforce development, device education and onboarding, they can access even larger portions of that budget because we address more line items as part of the grant. So we're quickly reaching out to all of our AAA partners and all of our state health and human services and Department of Aging partners to say, hey, let's go and apply for this and really build on the good work that we're already doing. And so for us, it represents, and for many others, it represents a huge opportunity to really serve more older adults, because we will now have more programming more broadly available across all of these different organizations.
That's wonderful news. Now, you've put a lot of the infrastructure in place, and you have a team in place that's been working with the states since COVID times, correct?
That's correct. I think that it's been a real it's been a learning opportunity for us, because we didn't have, almost 4 years ago, we didn't have experience working with and partnering with government organizations, but it's now become a core competency, because we've really tried to work hard to understand the different programs, their initiatives, the way they're measuring success, and use that to inform the way we build our classes and our programming to make sure that it satisfies the impact that they're trying to create. And so that has been really helpful for us to go deeper with small, medium, and larger government organizations.
So there are applications for the program and a deadline of May 28th. Is that correct?
That's right. That's right. So there is a bit of a deadline here, and it's coming very quickly. So for those organizations, again, it's Health and Human Services, it's the AAAs, it's the libraries, it's even government-related healthcare organizations like Medicare and Medicaid. If they are working on programs that address digital literacy, health and wellness, economic development, and device deployment and accessibility, we can co-apply. We can work with them to on that application to help them secure that money, or even a larger portion of that money.
And you're looking for more potential partners, correct?
Always, yes, of course. Anything we can do to help more organizations serve more older adults, that's core to our mission.
Just curious, the end of that affordable program, the Affordable Internet Access Program for so many people. Does that mean that some of these funds will be used to to ease that burden on some people?
Yes, there's definitely going to be sort of a transition process, so that many of the folks who were helped through the ACP program will now be able to be served by and access funds from this digital equity capacity program. So that is the goal.
What do you think this will result in terms of the engagement of people on the GetSetUp platform?
We think it could be very significant, because it allows us to partner with more government organizations who are trying to expand their reach and their footprint and help more of their populations. And because we work specifically with older adults, the organizations like the library system and the AAAs, and Health and Human Services, the departments of aging, those are all wonderful organizations that are always trying to help more older adults. We can help them now do that with the access to this additional funding to create additional programming.
And I mean, it's so vital. You can't access health portals without digital literacy. You can't go get a job without basic digital literacy. And, if you can move the needle for the forgotten middle around empowering them with these skills, it's a game changer, right?
So true. If you can help people use their smart devices, whatever that may be, a tablet, an iPhone, an Android phone, an old laptop, update the operating system, the browser, get into their first video class, teach them whatever else they need. And those could be, other digital literacy courses, programs, apps. It could be telehealth. It could be job skills. It is all interrelated. So if you have some basic tech skills, you can then sort of unlock all of the other things that we'd like to empower, our older adults to learn.
So Lawrence, as an entrepreneur, you and the team are very fun to watch. So congratulations on all that you've been doing. It's so important. We'll try to spread the word and let so many people know about it, and so many agencies. And who would have guessed that government was such a key partner in innovation, right?
I would have never guessed, but they have been very key in helping us serve more older adults. So yeah, absolutely appreciate both yourself and Fred helping us spread the word.
Thank you.
Just amazing. The email address for more information on the program is lawrence@getsetup.io. Mary, the Longevity Venture Summit takes place in San Francisco on June 11th and 12th, coming up fast. And April 22nd is the submission deadline for the Age Tech After Dark Pitch Challenge from MFA and the Age Tech Collaborative from AARP.
This is going to be a very exciting night at the Tonga Room in San Francisco, Fairmont. It's going to be an exciting competition, and the winner will receive a prize of $10,000, as well as the potential to join the Age Tech Collaborative Accelerator Program with hands-on mentorship that is so valuable. And the finalists will receive a complimentary ticket to attend the summit.
Well, this competition seeks to identify tech solutions in these areas, enabling mobility, supporting financial resilience, promoting social connections, fostering emotional wellness, and promoting physical health. The deadline again to enter is April 22nd. Head to boomerventuresummit.com for details.
We will also have for the 21st year our $10,000 business plan competition, and the winner of that competition will be invited to present at the Thrive Center in Louisville, Kentucky, and be able to participate in the next CABI conference as an exhibitor.
And we're looking for startups offering solutions for aging in place at home, improving older adult mobility, and housing innovation for the forgotten middle. The deadline for entering that competition is April 30th. Again, the site for more info is boomerventuresummit.com.
We will also be presenting the second annual John Hopper Award, recognizing an exceptional entrepreneur or first-time fund manager who has shown innovation. This is named after our good friend, our amazing colleague, the late John Hopper, founding member and chief investment officer of the Ziegler Linkage Funds.
The deadline for submitting nominations is coming up very soon, April 18th. So we encourage you to move quickly. And Mary, we have some very special guests with us to talk about what these competitions have meant to them. From Life Bio, with us is founder and CEO Beth Sanders. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Fred. Great to be here.
From Toy Labs, founder and CEO Vic Kashyap. Hi, Vic.
Hi, Fred. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Vic.
And from Norsantis, founder and CEO John Ralston. Hi, John.
Hi, Fred. Hi, Mary, and Vic, and Beth as well. It's great to be back here again on another episode of What's Next Longevity Deal Talk.
Oh, how exciting to see all of you. And you have something very important in common. You're all winners. You're all finalists, and you're all making outstanding progress. And in some ways, you are the testament as to why we do this conference and this competition. I'm so proud of you and the work you're doing. So Beth, let's talk about your story first. You and I go back the longest to when this competition started at Santa Clara University. So a little background on Life Bio and your participation, and that was kind of a life-changing event for you.
It was 2005. I was in the tech world selling computer equipment, and on the side I had this little thing called Life Bio that I would do on my lunch hour at the time. And I saw your competition and I entered, and I ended up this beautiful place at Santa Clara University, and I was pinching myself. And then I was one of the finalists that year. There were 6 of us. Life Bio, there was a bionic knee company, a bunch of other cool things. So I always like to say Mary Furlong led to me quitting my day job as a result of her competition. So thank you, Mary. It's meant a lot to me. You know, that was early validation that we were onto something, and it was just what I needed to, you know, kick me in the pants and say, come on, you can do this full time and go. So thank you so much.
And we'll hear more about your story about how far you've taken it and just an astounding things.
Thank you.
And Vic, tell us more about Toy Labs. What year did you win? Where are you today? And what kind of did it mean to you to be part of it and make all the progress you've made?
Yeah, so we won the competition in 2018, Mary, and it was a great, I would say, accelerator for our business. It really put us on the map in the senior technology world. And since we've won your competition, we have gone on to really expand our product offering at Toy Labs. We have a very novel type of passive monitoring system for older adults. And we now are in more than 55 commercial paying communities throughout North America. And we've really been able to see a lot of great outcomes as a result of our technology. So thank you, Mary, for everything that you do for this whole ecosystem.
And thank you for contributing to our prize money, because the prize money is not a lot, but it does make the statement. So John, you were a pretty recent winner, and you too have made a ton of progress. I'm so excited by your innovation and the impact it could have on people's mobility. So tell us when you won and where you are today.
For the team at Nersantis winning the 2022 business plan competition was a real exciting springboard. We've gone on to close $3 million in financing, 2.3 of that from investors, another $750,000 in non-dilutive R&D grants. And all that funding in turn has allowed us to complete our product development and demonstrate several real fundamental breakthroughs with our Nervesta bioelectronic device, as we call it, to reverse age-related balance decline. So in addition to several very successful clinic studies with our partners, who I have to thank big time here at the University of Calgary Human Performance Lab, we've also now completed 4 on-site pilot deployments with senior living partners, also in Calgary, and demonstrating the ability of our Nervesta device to deliver large and persistent, real genuine neuroplastic restoration of balance, of mobility, significant reductions in fall risk across populations now from 50 years old to 90 years old. So we're now moving forward with our next big finance round to ramp up manufacturing, to launch a pilot program that's targeting deployments of their Nervesta device with 50 senior living, rehab medicine, and physical therapy partners across the US and Canada. So 2024 is shaping up to be another very, very exciting year for the Nersantis team. But in a big way, it started back in 2022 with the business plan competition.
Very impressed with your business model development and iteration, and also some of the prizes that you've won, right?
We found it turns out that in addition to this normal aging, accelerated aging is a big problem for astronauts in space. And we have a big activity around addressing that very issue with both the Canadian Space Agency and the Big Humans in Space initiative down here in the US. So we're tackling aging at both ends of the very slow type and the very rapid type.
Just wonderful stories and innovations, improving the quality of life for so many people, all of you. Now, maybe we can ask each of you for some words of advice for startups and entrepreneurs who are thinking about maybe entering one of the competitions. John, let's go in reverse order here. So you first, John.
So I talk to a lot of startups at a lot of alumni events, and I always tell them they should never let perfection impede their progress, right? Whatever your innovation is, you've got to get it in front of your target customers and end users as early as possible in your development roadmap, because that user feedback and real world data become probably the most valuable currency that you'll have to help you then secure additional funding from grants from investors and eventually revenues.
So you don't take a, well, I'm not quite ready kind of.
It's wait, I'm almost there. Don't do that.
Terrific. Vic, what advice can you pass along?
Yeah, maybe my advice would be, even though it seems insurmountable to build a successful company in this space, there is a great community here. And a lot of what Mary and the conference is about making sure that everybody in the community can get together and help each other. And so I would strongly encourage you to do it. Just apply and participate.
And finally, Beth, tell us a little bit about the progress of Life Bio. What have been some significant milestones? And you become an evangelist for the market too. You had some early investors, distinguished tech leaders, and then you've gone on to do deals with major healthcare organizations as well as state governments, right?
Right. So early research advice I'd give is, as everyone needs early research that leads to other research and bigger projects. And I think that also has led into us opening the door into health plan business and to be able to win SBIR grants. We've won 2 of those, and thanks to introductions that were made at the Mary Furlong events. So, pursuing those that's not an easy thing to do, but being very persistent is important, and listening to what the customer really wants. And sometimes that means you're going to pivot a little bit, change what you're doing a bit, and that's okay. Just don't give up.
Great advice.
If you look at the impact these companies have had, Fred, it's just so inspiring, because in the case of Toy Labs, they're driving healthcare costs down as this monitoring helps improve older adults and not going to the hospital. In the case of Neurosantis, it's amazing how correcting this balance problem can make such a difference in the quality of people's lives. And in Beth, looking at social isolation and helping people find their legacy, those are all significant, impactful issues that these groups have taken on.
Just terrific. Well, April 18th is the deadline for nominations for the John Hopper Impact Award, April 22nd for the Age Tech After Dark Pitch Challenge, and April 30th for the $10,000 business plan competition. So move fast. All of the info, you can find it at boomerventuresummit.com. Mary, it really is shaping up to be a great summit.
I'm excited about the agenda. We have more investors attending this conference than any other conference. So if you're looking for deal flow, you're looking for follow-on investment, you're looking for co-investors, we'll have a new tool that lets you do one-on-one meetings that was brought to us by the Age Tech Collaborative at ARP. And we'll be starting with opening remarks by Amelia Hay, VP of Startup Programming at the Age Tech Collaborative. We'll learn about the momentum that they've had in building the collaborative over the last 4 years. And then from Mel Barsky, Director of Business Development at CABI, the Center for Aging and Brain Health Innovation. And great dive into AI and how both large companies like NVIDIA are using AI as well as startup companies. And then my friend, former investor and colleague, Guy Kawasaki will be giving a keynote. Greg Olson will be here from the state of New York. Just an embarrassment of riches of people that are going to be attending and contributing. So what we really need now are new business plans. We need everyone to make their reservations at the Fairmont San Francisco. There's so much more. All of the agenda is online at www.boomerventuresummit. And when you register, use the code FOM20 for a discount. Hope to see you there at the Fairmont, San Francisco.
Well, it will be great. We want to thank our guests, Beth, Vic, and John, and of course, Lawrence, for spending time with us. Thank you to our sponsor, GetSetUp, on a mission to help the over 55 population learn new skills, connect with others, and unlock new life experiences. And thank you for tuning in to What's Next Longevity Deal Talk. You can always find us and the What's Next Living Longer, Better, Smarter podcast at maryfurlong.com/podcasts.